Today marks day 500 on this ridiculous video project, so sincerely, to all of you, my dear imaginary viewers, thank you for sticking with me on this. I figure I got another 5-6 months to go to wrap this all up. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. The Idiot's Lantern doesn't get talked about much, I don't think. And, I understand why. It's not certainly one of the great stories in Doctor Who history. There are so many more deeply interesting and significant stories to talk about. But all the same, The Idiot's Lantern is a perfectly serviceable, creepy little horror story, a great mid-season filler story that doesn't try and do anything beyond what it's trying to do, which is to be a cracking good, scary story for 45 minutes. Set in 1953 London against the coronation of Queen Elizabeth, the most noteworthy thing about this story is the introduction of Magpie Electricals. In this story, that's the source of the alien invasion, an electrical creature known as the Wire, who enters an electronics shop through a television aerial and sets up house inside a television, and from there proceeds to begin to control humanity as far as it can reach. It uses the shop owner, Mr. Magpie of Magpie Electricals, as a sort of quisling, a human servant under duress who is performing the evil deed of expanding the Wire's reach throughout London in order to capture the energy from the first mass-watched television program in England, again, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth, where millions of viewers all tuned in together at the same time for the first time in British history. And the intention of the Wire is to use that energy to become corporeal by absorbing all of the viewers watching the program. It's a great, creepy little story with victims turned into faceless horrors, sans visage, as one character notes. And it also showcases the 10th Doctor's lonely god tendency to fall back on vengeance after mercy doesn't work. But getting back to Magpie Electricals, that, since this story aired, has become the in-house brand in the Doctor Who universe anytime a piece of electrical equipment is needed. If you watch carefully, you see Magpie electrical devices crop up in multiple episodes going forward, and even reaching backwards into some of the animated reconstructions where the Magpie Electricals logo shows up. And so, if nothing else, this story is significant for creating that house brand and creating a design motif that has shown up again and again in the modern series. The other noteworthy thing in this story is it features yet another actor who bridges the gap from the classic series to the modern. You'll remember back to Tooth and Claw, we had the actress who played Queen Victoria, who had also been a major character in the Faceless one, thus being a gap of 37 years between appearances. In this story, another actress, whose name escapes me off the top of my head, so I'm just going to put it right here, but she makes an appearance in this story following a 38-year gap. So that now sets the standard, which will again be broken in the future. Most notably by the current record holder Izan Churchman, whose reappearance as Alpha Centauri in Empress of Mars sets the standard that will almost certainly never be broken. But I'll get there in a couple of months. So that wraps it up for today. Idiot's Lantern, nifty little horror story. If you're looking for something to creep you out for an evening, I can heartily recommend it. It's a great Mark Gatiss story and a great showcase for director Euros Lyn. You can't go wrong with this one. And on that note, I'm going to call it a day and say I will see you tomorrow.